there's ups and downs. You kind of just gotta. I know everybody wants to know, but it's like you gotta let it happen. You gotta let that stuff sort itself out. And guys have good days and bad days, and the consistency that he showed kind of won out. These guys compete, and I told him, when I told him that he was going to start the first game, I said, you got two talented guys that are pissed off and hungry now, so they're going to be chasing. You better up your game too. So I'm hoping we get the best out of everybody with it.
Do you think all three of those guys are going to get a look on Saturday potentially?
I'm not going to just tell Idaho State exactly what we're going to do, but I hope we can find ways to get them in there. That I'm going to keep the plan or what we're going to do to myself, but I hope we get a chance to play them all. I think they've all done a great job for us. I love the work they've done. I think they've all improved. They're learning. They're all competitors, and you want to see what guys can do in a real game when they're live too. So I hope, but I'm not going to really talk about what the plan is right now.
You mentioned Vonnie has a couple pissed off guys behind him. Just what have you seen from Ben and kind of Jabari kind of responding since then?
Yeah, I mean that not like they're in a bad mood, but I mean that like these guys are motivated. They're going to compete, and they're going to go out every day and prove that they want it. Their attitudes have been awesome. I think Vonnie's attitude's been really good. I like the direction they're moving in.
Beyond consistency, are there any aspects of Vonnie that gave him the edge?
Yeah, I mean, when you talk about consistency, it's consistency in everything. It's consistency in what we're asking him to do, consistency in hitting throws. And then, what we really want, consistency as a quarterback speaks to not turning the ball over and not taking sacks. And those are two really big parts of offensive football and staying ahead of the chains. So I think those are kind of the areas that he maybe shined in.
You take us back to January and you saw his film. I know you had other guys coming in, but you kept going back to him. Is it nice to see that kind of faith in him get rewarded?
Yeah. I think that, as we've spoke before, the experience matters, and there's value in experience. Guys who have played in games and with live bullets going and against good teams, and where he played last year, it wasn't this level, but there was good teams that went in there, really good teams. So I think I'm happy about that, but I'm really more genuinely happy about the growth of all of them. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So much focus on that position. I'm sure you're sick of talking about it. Here's your chance.
Yeah.
I know Coach Brace the other day said running is your identity, and that part of your game. You've had some notable departures, and I think people forget about that being a strength. Could you just speak to that and elaborate on how that plays a role in the offense?
Yeah, I think there's guys on the offensive line who played a lot of football, and the running backs I think are super talented. Mm-hmm. I think they really fit the run schemes and the way that we want to run the football. We're going to run it. I think that if you can't run it, we all know what that feels like. Like everything gets a lot harder. So we'll find ways to run the football, but I feel really confident in our ability to run the football.
When GM and Hank, what do they bring individually to that role?
They're three down backs. Mm-hmm. They both catch it really well. They're great in the open field. They're both really good in the pass protection world. Smart, versatile, good inside and outside runners. The foot quickness is, but they're not the same, but they're pretty similar runners. Mm-hmm. I'm just really, really grateful that they're both here.
I think I'd see a former quarterback be more apt to talk about running backs than this guy's.
They're really good. I could threaten the quarterbacks with that. Hey, we got two running backs. One of them can play quarterback. We can figure something out.
No Wildcat there?
Yeah. No, they're fun. We're very, very grateful.
In talking to Trent a minute ago, he mentioned the Idaho State defense with the way they deploy their safeties. What do you see when you look at them, and what do you got to do to be successful Saturday?
It's unique for what you see, maybe just general West Coast football. It's it's a little bit more built off the Iowa State format, the Iowa State model of the 3-3-5, and being able to deploy the safeties in different ways and have them. They're pretty versatile football players. So different for us, but it's football. And in the end, there's similarities and commonalities to everything people do. Hey, this is going to end up looking like so-and-so. And so our guys, it's nice that it's the first game of the season. Our guys have been able to see a lot of it because it is different than what they see on a daily basis.
It does seem like it's an opportunity for your big guys up front to maybe make an impact on the game against a defense like that.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to count on them every game. We need them to get in there and cover guys up and get a hat on a hat and try to move people. So, yeah, they will. That needs to be a strength and a consistent area of our offense, and that'll be a challenge for them every game. I don't think that any game, there's no game that we'll go into where it's not a challenge for them. They need to move people this week, and we'll ask them to do that.
Have you had the chance to kind of think that full circle moment's coming on Saturday? It wasn't that long ago you were running out on that field.
Yeah, I mean, I ran out there and then I put a hat on and stood on the side, but no, I'll be honest. Like, I just don't really think that way. I'll probably get a little anxiety or a little tight, but that's just, I do that. I've done that every game in my career. It's just, you kind of get, there's a point, it's either Thursday afternoon or Friday morning or Friday afternoon that you kind of get that, whoa, okay, I'm starting to feel it. And you just want to get to the first play. I hate pregame warm-up. I just want to get to the game and go play because then you just start flowing. So it's more of that than like the storybook deal. It's just I want to go play football.
What do you do to pass the time then, kind of between that pregame warm-up and kickoff?
All of it, yeah. Try to distract myself with. I'll try to go for a walk or go for a run or do something on Saturday. But it'll be like that every weekend.
With so much new from coaches to the offensive line to the quarterback, I mean, are you curious to see how the team plays? Are you eager to see how they play? How would you?
I'm eager. I feel pretty confident in these guys that they know what they're doing and they know that they know what they're doing. There's confidence, and I just want to call stuff that we can do that they know and can go out and execute and do it over and over again, and allow them to play fast. I feel really good about where they're at.
I can't remember if this got asked earlier in camp. Will you be in the booth on Saturday?
Yeah.
What do you like about being in the booth as opposed to sight?
Sight, I can be organized,
Yeah.
have some pens and lay my stuff out, and rather than pacing up and down and holding cards in my hand and looking at paper. So organize your thoughts. It's a little bit easier to kind of see everything. I mean, the vision's not even close. You guys are up top most of the time. Like, it's a totally different game.
Yeah.
How does the new schedule affect the way you prepare for games, especially with a rivalry game being much earlier in the season than it generally is?
I don't think it does. We're creatures of habit, and we're kind of in a submarine, and you just close the hatch and you do what you do every week. I don't look ahead to opponents. You're so focused on playing well this week that you don't really. Everybody else knows the schedule. I know that it's Idaho State, and I really don't worry about anything else past that. I let the GAs and the analysts deal with the preparation for the next game.